Second NAMAC event in 2025, early May. Previous years would have been in April, every 2 months. So the last one was in February, then the next one in April, and then in June, and so on. This year, a little bit different. The organizers decided to take the leftover spots in the agenda of the exposition area. So they pay a little bit less. That's an interesting choice, and we will see how that affects the visitor count. So the amount of visitors that show up might be affected by the fact that there's only 1 month between the early May event and then the next one will be early June. So by the time this video gets uploaded, a week later, the next event is already there. So let's see what that does for the visitor count. But I'll be there, so it doesn't affect me at all. Let's see what I got from Tom's Model Autos, stuff that I got from their online web shop. This is a Acme Trading Company exclusive by Greenlight in 1993 Ford Mustang SSP North Carolina Highway Patrol. This is a chase version. I have been wanting to get a chase version of these Acme ones for a long time, but never could find anything that was affordable. But these were priced down, so the normal version was priced down from 10 to 5 euro, and then I paid 7 euro for the chase. This is a 2022 release. And what are the chase features? Well, instead of silver rims, it got black rims and it got a black base. So kind of comparable to the green base and the rims. This got the black version. Serial number 183, so that's pretty low. Usually not a casting I collect, but just to get an example of an Acme chase, I thought this would do. Got the lens lights front and rear, so not bad at all. Another chase, Greenlight Smoky Bear Series 4, the 1955 Chevrolet 210 Townsman with roof rack and canoe. So the regular release 9 euro and then 11 euro for the chase. So it's a raw chase, it's a wagon. I think it's cool that it comes with a canoe. Don't have an example of these canoes yet, so yeah, nice one. Happy to get it. Here's the back side of the packaging. And to my surprise, they also had these Johnny Lightning monster trucks. I didn't even know Johnny Lightning did the monster trucks. It says it has a detachable metal body and ultra flex suspension. 1/64 scale, well, that's a bit of a stretch, I think. Frostbite. So these were reduced from 18 euro to 10 euro. So let's cut this open and have a gander at these things. I don't know if there's chase versions of these two. White Lightning versions, maybe there are. I have no idea. Because, you know, didn't even know they existed. Very elaborate packaging. Thick plastic and stuff like that. Doesn't really show you what other vehicles are in the set. This is number 1, so I don't know if there's more or this is just a test case. So we got big rubber tires, chrome rims with blue hubcaps in the middle. You've got indeed a lot of flex on the suspension. I don't know if these, yeah, oh yeah, that body comes off. Kind of goes sideways too, but not as much as other monster trucks. Got a kind of a small engine in the back, and then a driver that has very short legs by the looks of it, and a steering wheel that is in his crotch. Doesn't look very comfy. Let's get the shifter and in his right hand. Then we get this all metal body. Frostbite, children slow crossing. We never stop, Yeti crossing, ice cream, you scream. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a generic van, but still cool that it's a van. So, does that clip in the back? Somehow. Seems like it does. And then, yeah, it clicks in the front there. Okay, interesting. Does this do something? No. Okay. Well, interesting piece to get. Don't think I will be getting any more. Just one example is enough. Is this a kind of a rollover bar? So to kind of flip over? I don't know. Interesting. Not that much metal for the, I mean, for 18 euro normal price, this should get a lot more metal. I mean, the Greenlight ones are cheaper and they get licensed vehicles and stuff like that. So yeah, not very impressive, but I'm glad to have an example. Staying with Johnny Lightning, limited edition, one of 6012 truck and trailer. So this is the 2005 Cadillac Escalade with camper trailer. This is a white Lightning Chase version, custom metallic teal is the color. So we got a white interior, white tires and a white base. And same on the camper trailer, although it probably does not have an interior. But even the spare wheel on the back there is white. Going fast on the license plate? I don't think so. Yeah. This was fairly cheap too. A regular release was priced down from 17 euro to 10 euro, and I paid 12 for the Chase, so very affordable. 2021 release. And then this was on my wish list for a while, the Maisto Design Elite Transport with the International Durstar flatbed and the 1990 Mercedes-Benz 190e. And when I saw a Diecast do video on these Maisto Design Elite Transports at I believe a Carrefour hypermarket, and it said they were 22 or 23 euro, I thought, well, maybe it's time I grab this one from Tom's, because it's only 13 euro, which is the same price as, it's a pre-pandemic price, I would say. That's what they cost when I started collecting in 2017. So they can still offer these for a price from 8 years ago. Factory number 1, 2024 release, week 44. Mercedes licensing sticker on there. So let's take a look. Licensed transporter. That's how the Hot Wheels ones should be too. Definitely for the money they cost. But unfortunately most transporters with Hot Wheels Team Transport are generic. This is very much stuck in there because it's got this plastic piece that wraps over the roof. So kind of interesting. I have to kind of lift this plastic up, I guess, to get it out. Yeah, I've got the car. There you go. So I used to buy a lot of these. I don't anymore. Well, I used to be able to get them for like 7 or 8 euro with discounts. International Durstar flatbed. So this got rubber tires. 6 of them. Got the dualies in the back. Well, actually, these are not proper dualies. They're just very wide. One very wide tire that mimics 2 separate ones. So we got an interior that's okay looking with a proper steering wheel. We got lots of chrome on it. Premium auto care on the door. Yeah, so the cabin is metal. But then these fenders are plastic. So it's just this upper part of the cabin. We got a separate piece for the light bar. That's always nice to see. And then this slides and tilts. You got some side lights, you got tail lights and stuff. So all in all, not bad. But of course, I got it for the car. 1990 Mercedes-Benz 190E. So rubber tires, of course. Good looking rims. Not authentic, but I mean, they kind of resemble the originals somehow. So not bad at all. Okay looking grille. The indicator on this side is a little bit too low tempoed. I'm not sure what it says down there, but a sport line maybe or something like that. I'm not sure. Sportline is not really the Evo one. It's more like a regular version with a sporty suspension setup, I think. Taillights are okay. And this got an interior because the regular Maisto mainlines don't get an interior, but this one does. And it's a nice interior. Got a steering wheel that looks like the exact steering wheel that this Mercedes has. So, not bad at all. I also got a few of these BM creations. Land Rover Discovery 1 in silver, right-hand drive. This was priced down from, let's see, €20 to €6. I already have one in green, I believe, but for that kind of money, I'm not going to leave that behind. That's just too good a deal to pass up. That's silly money for a true 1/64 scale detailed model with some extra accessories added. So I'll do a review on this separately. Well, I still got a lot of premium stuff to review, so I'll add that to the pile of stuff that needs to be reviewed. Same with this one. This was a €14, 14, reduced to €6. The Toyota FJ Cruiser in ivory, left-hand drive. So yeah, Toyota and ivory definitely go together very well. And that's why the next one is also in ivory. Toyota 1980 Hilux, left-hand drive. This was €19 and reduced to €10. A new casting, so I'm glad to have an example of this. Then at the event, I also bought some stuff from Tom's Model Autos. I got this Mercedes-Benz Renntransporter without the Mercedes-Benz W196R Stroomlinie. I already have this set, but for €5 I cannot pass up this beautiful transporter. I'm sure you've seen it many times before, but let's just quickly grab it out of there and have a gander. It's got a plastic base, but the body is all metal. It's got plastic tires, but lensed headlights. It's kind of a nice weighty piece. And yeah, I love it. Slide it back in there, because otherwise you're going to run out of room. By the way, I complained about the prices in the previous on the previous event, and this time, as you might see from the stuff I get, the amount of stuff I've gotten, prices were much better. It's as if they watched my video and adjusted their prices, but of course not. For example, this thing that I got at a local collector event, I paid €24 for this one in a used condition. Well, I found two at this NAMAC event for only €15, and one of them was near mint. So that thing went down in price significantly. That was a real big surprise, and kind of bummed out that I paid too much. But you win some, you lose some, I guess. Then I got a bunch of Bugatti from Tom's Model Autos, Division Gran Turismo in light blue. Again, I will look at these, or we'll show these in a separate video combined with some other stuff. Vision Gran Turismo in yellow. The Chiron Pure Sport in blue. This one was the guy standing next to me at Tom's table said, this is a really cool one because it's all carbon. So he kind of advised me to get it. So I did. The Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. Interesting model. The Chiron Pure Sport in yellow. Excuse me. And the EB110 GT in dark red metallic. Then one of my favorite sellers, Martin. It's the first time I asked his name, so now I can refer to him as Martin. He had a bunch of old Siku. Now when I looked at the prices underneath, now this one's affordable, but some of those were pretty up there. I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to make a deal on these. But he said, go through it, pick what you would like, and we're going to make a deal. And I said, I don't know if we're going to be able to make a deal because I already have a lot of what was in his box, this tray that he had with these Siku cars. I was very doubtful, but still, because I trust him and I have made good deals with him before, I went for it. So I picked out some stuff, and we made a deal. He ended up making some money, and I'm judging from what he paid for them back in the day. Well, with inflation, maybe not so much, but who knows? Because he wrote down when he bought it and for how much money. So this was December 92. He bought this for 2.75 Dutch gulden. So selling it for €7.50. I made a package deal, ended up paying €3.75 for each. This is one of the oldest ones in there because it says made in Germany on there. So let's crack this open. It seems like some of these, or I think probably all of them, have been opened before and then glued back together because there's a dot of glue somewhere here on the bottom on both sides. So yeah, I think these were previously opened and then glued back together. I think you see there's some dust on them, so they will need a clean. Volkswagen Golf GL, metal on metal, made in Germany. Some stats on the engine on the bottom there. Generic plastic rims and tires. Tempoed headlights and tempo taillights. That's good enough, I guess. Opening hatch. Excuse me. Nice one. The next one I already have loose is a Ferrari F40. €20, so that's pretty high up there. Made in West Germany, so this is probably even older than the Volkswagen. So I should have showed this one first. So it's kind of in the wrong order. Made and printed in Germany. So I compared this one with my loose one that I have. This he did not mention when he purchased this. So I looked at it. It seems like a different shade of red, but that could be the blister that has faded. So it's got the license plate painted silver on my loose version. I didn't see much different. The wheels are the same and stuff. And then I put it back on the table and I thought, wait a minute, where is it made? And then I flipped it over and then I realized that the bases are different. So the top one is a China one with a black painted base, and then the bottom one is unpainted West Germany version. So kind of cool. I do have two different ones. Still going to keep it on the card for now. Maybe one day I'll open it, but for now it's staying on the card. Next one, we got the Siku, the Iveco Daily Wohnmobil or camper. I already have this, but I thought, why not get one on the packaging? But unfortunately, I don't know if this happened during transportation, because I put everything in a bag, and usually packagings survive very well in there, but this one, it's not completely undone. So I'm going to keep it like this. This was not a huge discount, less popular model, I guess, but I love these. And I just wanted to have one on the card. Next one, we got the Morgan Plus 8. 15 euro. This was purchased by him in 94. When was the camper? Also in 94. Now on my Siku list, it said that I already had a 0836 Morgan Plus 8 in blue. So I had to dig it out to see if this was a double or not. And here's the other one I got. So different shade of blue. And also this has the old style wheels and the made in West Germany unpainted base. The packaged one I got is a China base, painted silver. And it seems like something died in there because it's got all kinds of goo on there. And it also has some issues with the paint that is bubbling. So when I clean this, I'm not going to open it now because it's going to make a mess on the table. When I clean this, I'm going to have a lot of paint loss, I'm afraid. Maybe it's zinc pest. That's also a possibility. So it's got the black soft top. This got the white soft top, and it's got the black interior also, and different blue. So yeah, different versions. Cool to have different ones. I prefer this one actually, but all in all, it's not a bad purchase, I think. The next one, I wasn't sure if I had it or not, Mercedes-Benz E230, and he said, you know what, if you're in doubt, I will just give it to you for free, because that's the kind of great guy he is. So instead of 10 euro, I got it for 0.00. This he purchased in 99. So plastic base, China production, of course. Again, some stats on the vehicle. Generic rims, but these look very much like Mercedes wheels. Plastic tires, of course. Back then, at one point they switched to rubber tires. So we got some details there in the front, even the star painted on the hood or bonnet. It's got the opening doors. A gray interior with a black dashboard, or partially black dashboard, and the steering wheel. Painted taillights with some logos on there. Not bad, of course. 155 scale, so significantly larger than Matchbox and Hot Wheels, for example. Audi A4 in yellow. This he purchased in 99 also. Let's see if this will let go somewhere. This is definitely taped up thoroughly. So they come with these signs, or back then they came with these signs. I don't know, maybe some kind of they did that to compensate for the China production. I don't know. Notruf is an emergency call in German. So it says the engine on there, 1.8 liter. I think it's cool that they specify that for some reason. Again, got a light colored interior. It's always nice to see the details on there. Got some paint rubbed off the mirrors, unfortunately. Nice details in the front. Yeah, doors don't work very well. Got some packaging rub in the rear, but that might come off. Although this is a paint chip here, I think. Audi A4 is embossed in the NAMAC, but not printed silver on it or anything. Even the four rings do not get any print, but we do get the taillights at least. Renault Megane Scenic, purchased in 1999. Also, yeah, plastic base, obviously. Also states the trim level, RT. I think that's the trim level, and then 2.0 for the engine size. I will open this up when I do the minivan video, so I will keep this carded for now. This was a nice find. A new Beetle Police in a kind of international police livery. Usually they do the Polizei one, German police. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this before, so that was a cool find. 2001 is when he got this. A 2-liter engine. It's got the opening doors with the gray interior, separate light bar, antenna, a little bit crooked. You got some details there in the front. Again, they have the packaging rub, unfortunately. And then this is also a nice one. A breakdown service vehicle, a Mercedes A-Class. What is this? 2002. So that was when the euro was introduced. So this was €4. So that's probably the first one he lost some money on. Mercedes A160, so a 1.6 liter petrol engine. Got the Mercedes style looking generic wheels. Pannenhilfe in German. Got that light bar on top. The opening hatch in the back. The German Automobile Club, it says there in German on the hood or bonnet. Yeah, that's a cool find. Then from a different seller, I got this Citroën Traction Avant. I saw this at the event the previous time, but it was too much money. And now I see there's a sticker over the original sticker. And at €3, I said, yep, I'm going to buy that. I have a all black version of this already, but this two-tone one is actually rather nice. It's newer packaging, so these flip-over things should just flip over the plastic, and then you can slide out the cardboard. This is for environmental reasons, so recycling reasons, basically, that they do that. Let's see if there's a year on this flyer. We can establish what year this is from. No, there's no year on it. Usually it says so in big numbers. So plastic base, but rubber tires at that time. So this is around 2010, I would guess. Maybe a little bit before that. These fenders are also metal, I think. Yeah, they feel cold, so they are metal. But they are, for some reason, separate. Not sure why. Maybe they are plastic. Let me see. Yeah, sorry. They are plastic. But the rear fenders are metal, part of the body. And we got the plastic lights that are separate pieces, because this one I can wobble a little bit. And these lights are on the bumper, as part of the plastic base. Nice details in the front there, I like that. It's got these reverse opening doors, open towards the rear, hinge in the back on the B-pillar. That's cool. That's very nice. And in the back, a little bit of red dot of paint for the taillights, but other than that, not much details in the back. So they focused on the details in the front, and that's a good choice. Got the Double Chevron logo, very big on that grille there. And then this might have been the opening to swing it into action, possibly. Cool. The rims are just unpainted plastic in this kind of off-white, not great looking. Some silver paint on them would have been nice. But other than that, I've got no complaints about this beauty. And slide it back in there. See that we've got everything in the right order. And there you go. And it's still on the card. Staying with Siku, different vendor. I got these two from him. One Siku, one Norev. We get to the Norev later. I saw one of these ADAC trucks, German roadside assistance company, on a Diecast Dude video. Possibly from NAMAC, I'm not sure, I don't remember. It was a different one from memory, but since then I'm kind of on the lookout for these, because I think these cool. Automobile Club testing service. So kind of a mobile automotive testing facility to test the if a vehicle is still safe to drive and stuff like that. 155 scale, so same scale as the cars. Some are 150 scale, so a little bit bigger. I was asking 25 for it. And I eventually got a deal after some negotiating of €20 for the both, so the Norev and this Siku. Now, the odd thing is that this is a Mercedes truck, or lorry, or rig, and it's got Ford stickers all over it, even on the front. If you look at the box, the packaging, it doesn't have those Ford stickers on there, so somebody customized this with the Ford stickers, which is really silly. Look what we got there, that VW Golf we just saw. So this thing is also quite dirty in there, because this flap is open. So I'm going to clean it up, remove the stickers, and then I will do a video on all of the ADAC cars that I have from Siku. One day, probably might not be anytime soon. And here's the Norev, the Peugeot 307cc, or coupe, convertible, or cabriolet. I was in doubt whether I already had this or not. And when I got home, I checked, and I was very pleased to notice that I have the Gen 2, and this is Gen 1. Did I, oh yeah, show the numbers here. So very little money. So I would have taken it anyway for that kind of money. And if I already had it, I would just gifted it to a friend. Metal on metal suspension, authentic rims with plastic tires, lensed headlights, nice details in the front and in the rear. It's got the trailer hitch, which is really silly. I mentioned it many times before. Norev never did have a trailer. Roof comes off. It's a hard top, so that's why it's called a coupe. Cabriolet. Very nice interior with a proper steering wheel. Nice details on the dashboard. Yeah, this is the good stuff for this kind of money. Not true 1/64 scale, so slightly bigger also, but that's okay. Nowadays, the new castings are all true 1/64 scale, as you probably know. Staying with Norev from a different vendor, I got these two from him. There was no price on this one, so I asked him what he was asking for this, and it was actually about the same price as the other one. So I made a package deal. So Les Petites Tuning, the little tuning cars in a Renault Toys packaging available at the Renault dealerships. Let's take a look. So 3-inch, so made to fit the packaging. So a huge little car. Black painted metal base. Renault Sport 2006 Clio. No suspension on this, which is okay because these racing cars or sports cars don't need to have suspension. I mentioned that before. They need to be sitting low. Nice rims, generic. Rubber tires, lens headlights, nicely detailed. Kind of a wacky tempo scheme. Got these sporty mirrors and air intake on top. Roll cage inside with, it's got 2 seats for a driver and a co-pilot. And a racing harness on the bucket seats, and then a spare wheel in the back. Got the metal spoiler part of the casting, and the base clips into the body in the rear here on the license plate spot. Cool. And this I thought was really interesting, as I had not seen this packaging before. And this vehicle is interesting too. Well, mostly the slide-in camper part of it. I don't care much for a pickup truck, but when you turn it into a camper like this, it becomes interesting to me. Scale 1 to 60, it says. Got an article number on there. From 3 years old, John Smith Family Toys. And then it has an old Dutch text on the back, interestingly. So I've never seen this before. Don't know where these were sold. This says 380 or 350, I'm not sure. Yeah, got it for 3 also. So yeah, cool, fine. I'm going to keep this carded just because of the packaging. That's just interesting stuff. Then this one I've also been after for a while. I've been asking the price for this from the seller several times. I keep asking it until I get a price that I want to pay for it. And this was the time of the moment. €5 for a Grell Ford Capri 1 model 2000. I think that's a 2-liter engine. 1969 year. Of course, this was advertising for a German brewery, as most of the Grell releases were. So let's take a look, because we're getting into the brewery advertising now. It's a little bit dusty. So Grell model, China. Got nice wheels that look authentic-ish. Got rubber tires, nice and soft. Got separate chrome bumpers, front and rear. Silver painted details on the front. No details on the side and none on the rear either. But not bad at all. Got the proper steering wheel and an okay looking interior. A nice weighty piece, so I'm very pleased with this. And I finally have it. It pays to be persistent, and I do that with a lot of stuff that I'm interested in, but and these sellers keep bringing it to the event, and I keep asking the price, and you know, eventually I can grab it for the price I want to pay for it. Staying with Grell, this vendor was selling all kinds of these trucks from beer advertisements. And they were €2 each, but if you bought 6, you got them for €10. So basically 1 for free, or 167 each, which is silly money. This was the last one I got, so I needed to get an extra one. All the other ones, except for one, are Iveco trucks or rigs or tractors. I used to work for Iveco, that's why I kind of go after these. But this one isn't. This is the Heidelberger Traumgespanne, which Traumgespanne means dream team. And Heidelberger is the beer, of course. So a 1603 tractor, Fawn L7 is what it's called, with the Mercedes 300 SL gull-wing door, on its way to the Heidelberg Historic Rally of 2005. So that is a pretty cool combo, all right. I didn't know Grell made smaller vehicles. This looks to be 1/87 scale or thereabouts. Comes off really easily, of course, after all those years. So here's the truck that has a metal cab, plastic base. And we got a dead bug there. Nice. Yikes. Yeah. It seems to be a theme here, that there's some models that have all kinds of creatures and stuff like that in there. Seem to have a discolored roof piece here that is got some UV damage, because it's got an old plastic backside, but they try to hide it with the stickers on there. Got these funky mirrors, lots of chrome on it, rims and stuff like that, bumpers, grille, mirrors, cool stuff. These have plastic tires. Let's try to get that bug off. Yeah, there it goes. And then we get the trailer, which is far too wide. It's wider than the truck, so yeah, that's not really a great job by Grell, I think. It's got these barrels, I guess call these beer barrels, that are fixated on there. Again, plastic tires on that. Let's put that together on there. Whoopsie. Yeah, like that. Okay, so this is a high-speed casting. Now that's interesting. That's the first time I see a Grell that has a name from another manufacturer on it. Sweet. So Mercedes-Benz 300 SL 1966, no 55 of course. Cool. So it's got rubber tires. Yep, it's got the authentic-ish rims. Look a little bit big. So we got the beer company logos and stuff on there. Got lens headlights even on a tiny thing like this, and separate chrome bumpers. And an interior with a proper steering wheel and everything. So, I mean, for this kind of money, that's just silly money for something that has this amount of detail. That's sweet. Yeah, definitely a cool extra one there to get. Don't collect the 187 scale, but that's definitely nice stuff. Then we get to the Iveco Tume Laga limited collector truck number 15. This is by WMS Advertising, so different company, and it shows all the other stuff they do. So there were definitely a lot of these different companies at work doing these advertising trucks. This one's cool looking with the Iveco Daily van on there. It just says made in China on the base. It's got plastic tires. It's got these gold rims that also are on the truck. That is, significant for the beer brand. So this is a 1999 Iveco Daily model. Nice. Got a mostly metal body, except for these the cladding on the side here. That is part of the base. It's nicely done. And size-wise, I think it compares very well to a 3-inch model. Well, this one's true 164 actually, but it would fit in a 3-inch blister, I think. See, Matchbox. It would just fit in there. So, yeah. I like that. Trailer, I don't know if it comes off. Yeah, I think it does. I don't want to force it though. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it on for safety reasons, not to break anything. Got some company details on the side and on the sun visor. So an Iveco Stralis, with some headlight details and some grille details. No mirrors or anything, but the red part you see is metal and everything else is plastic, but it's got some weight to it. Very long trailer, by the way. It would fit 2 vans on there, so bummer we only get one. Next one, also an Iveco, but an older style truck, and a Spaten München livery. This is from DGD Advertising. Comes with a little bar table. That's cool. See, we got the trailer. I think we've seen this one before. It's kind of it's very dusty, yikes, or moldy, you could even say. Again, some animal has been living in here. So who knows what we will find if we open it up. So see, that we have not seen this before, because this has really got an interior on there. That's not something I've seen before with the interior. So it's got 3 opening sides for the little mobile bar. That's cool. And then the truck. Yikes. Ugh. A lot of animals living in here. That's gross. So just says Iveco on there. and some other info. Julies on this axle. Again, the green, what you see is on the cabin is metal. Got some nice details in the front. I don't know if something opens up on this container. No, it doesn't, but that's okay. Cool. Then we've got this one, kind of a beer tanker, which is interesting. Landsberger. This is by Huma. Also got the gold rims. So again, an Iveco Stralis. Three axles and the beer tanker. Again, what you see is green on the cabin is metal. Got the stairs to get on top of there. It probably needs to be sitting behind the bumper. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And this one's also a cool one because it's got a beer bottle on the trailer. This is for Schwarzer Steiger. Also from Huma. This one comes with a little sign, just like the Siku ones. That's interesting. It's different in thickness and stuff, so it's definitely not the same, but you can use it in the same diorama because it's not going to be that much different. This one comes off much more easy. Got different hook assembly, it seems. Nice rims. Cool ball. That's really fun, you know, this kind of stuff. For that kind of money, I'm not going to leave those. Yeah, it's got the plastic tires, of course. 430 horse. Iveco Stralis. Okay, looking interior. Cool. And then the last one is in the X advertising. At night, I'm a double decker, it says. Also from Huma. It's just a plastic blacked out school bus. With plastic tires. Some people depict it on the inside, but it actually has an interior. Got some nice details, front and rear, but you know, different colors for all the lights. You can see the seats in the back, so it's got a full interior in there, it seems, but they hide it with these people on there. Yeah. Then from John Nijhuis, a former Matchbox ambassador, I got this thing. Johnny Lightning Collector Club 1969 Yenko Nova. Only €5. I got this for a friend. He's going to love this. Doesn't do much for me, but you know, it's a members only exclusive collectible. So for those of you who like these, I'm going to give you a close-up shot. Got some engine details on there. A metal base, of course. Rubber tires with tread. Then we get to some loose stuff. This guy is a Bulgarian guy. He had some loose stuff the previous NAMAC event in February. I remember looking at it. I can't remember if they were the same ones, but their prices, his prices were pretty high up there, or at least more than I wanted to pay for them. And this time the prices went down. So he had some stickers over the original prices, and most of the prices said €5. For €5 for a true 1/64 scale vehicle, I'm interested. And I found a bunch of Kyosho. This is a 1/64 Volkswagen Type 181, the Thing. So this has a plastic base, rubber tires, authentic rims, nice chrome dog dish hubcaps, lensed headlights, nicely detailed, even the fuel filler and stuff. Lens taillights, even if they are so tiny. Dual exhaust. I don't know if that is authentic to the actual vehicle. That seems a little bit too sporty for those. Got the soft top and the folded down position. These basic seats with the seems to have rubber mats on the floor and a nice steering wheel and some dashboard detail. I mean, for €5 you can't beat that. That's a great deal. Here we got the Lotus 7, also by Kyosho, so same traits as the Volkswagen. But no lensed taillights on this. These turned out to be too tiny. And this is a really tiny vehicle. It's very small. Yeah. Even the Thing is a small one, but this is it's like half the size of the Thing almost. It's yeah, crazy small. Austin Healey 100/6, 6-cylinder, 3-liter engine, I believe. Again, same traits. Yeah, beautifully looking in the front there. Again, painted details in the back. Taillights are too small to be lensed. Soft top, folded down. I like the rear view mirror on the center there, on the dashboard. That is tilted a little bit towards the driver. That's a nice touch. They don't have side mirrors on the left or right, but at least there's that. Lotus Europa S1 Series 1. Look at the detail on the rims there with the holes that are actually open on the spokes, between the spokes. That is so nice and crisp. That's a job well done, I say. Tiny little lens lights, separate chrome bumpers, a nice interior. Hinges are painted up. Lens taillights, even though they're so tiny. One exhaust poking through that grill there. Sweet. That's so awesome. The only one that was not €5 was €8, but I got it for 5 eventually. McLaren F1. Very pleased to find this. Nice green color. So yeah, this is definitely a great find. It's got the side mirrors. This one's loose, so it tends to turn inward. So it's a separate plastic piece that is inserted there and glued, but it's somewhat loose, but it doesn't seem to fall out, which is again great stuff. These Kyosho were really, really great back in the day. He did not have the boxes anymore, but he did have the cards. So I can have a quick gander at that. So I got this one, and these were the two other colors. It's kind of more like an army version. And then the Lotus 7. So I've got the silver one, and there's also white and blue. And the Austin Healers, we got the yellow one, but these are the two are nice too. We got the two-tone one is nice, and then the British Racing Green is nice too. So any of those would have been fine by me. So I got the green one, it also came in red and yellow. I think I got the best one out of the three. Even got the Lotus official license product sticker on there with the number, the licensing number. And then the McLaren F1, green, silver, and red. Yeah, any of those would have been great, but again, it's nice to get it in green. Yeah, definitely great finds. Continuing with some, well, let's leave this one for last. These two I got together also. This one was what first caught my eye, a Porsche 928 in blue. It says Tootsie Toy on the base, and it's in a Tootsie Toy packaging. First time I see this kind of packaging. Hard body, die-cast metal, tough. Got some other vehicles on the back. Some have opening parts, but most of them don't. 1992 copyright, made in China. I'm going to keep this on the card like the John Smith one. It's just too special to open it. Got a little discount because I got a deal. Because I bought two things. This is the other one I got, a Tomica Premium Toyota SFR from 2016. Yeah, which was reasonably priced for a premium Tomica. Then with the discount, it definitely is. So this was a concept from, I believe, 2015. So 10 years later, they are still talking about getting this into production. This would be a competitor to the Mazda MX-5 Miata. And yeah, I hope they actually release it. Maybe a little bit more modernized, but doesn't look that old-fashioned, but maybe looks a little bit too cutesy to really compete with the MX-5. I already have it, but I'll send it to a friend. Some more loose stuff. All from this same seller. I was looking at his loose cars, and he said, "Oh, you're looking at the Euro ones." I thought, well, "What do you mean? They're only €1?" No, they're more, but I can give you a deal on those. So I said, "Okay, let's see what we can do here." And I actually should start with the first one that I looked at was this Lesney Daimler bus, €10 it says on the base. Got it for €5, so 50% off. So we were off to a good start. It's not mint, but it's in great nick. So I already have two examples of this bus, but if you can find them for a reasonable price. I mean, there's some black stuff on there that I can't get off, but it's not really that bad. And then I grabbed this one. So this is also a Renault Scenic, like we saw from Siku. Actually, looks very much the same. Could almost be a copy of the Siku one, if you ask me. It's very similar. Although it's even got the openings and the grille there. The Siku one has some lines in there that the copy does not have. And of course, does not have the license plate, but other than that, it almost looks like a copy from the Siku because it's the same size. It's got the same details. Also got the trailer hitch thing that is not a trailer hitch, but just a hook assembly feature. And it's got the same details in the back, but not an opening hatch. So this might very well be an exact copy. Even the interior is the same. different steering wheel, but the seats, well, they're a little bit smaller. Interior is a little bit smaller, but yeah, very much alike. And the roof, again, we got the two sunroofs. So yeah, very interesting. A generic made in China copy with plastic tires, of course. It's in a police livery, but it looks like a French police car because of the blue and the white police on there. But it says special unit. In France, it would not say special unit on there, but you know. I thought this was interesting enough. He wanted €3 for this, but I said I'm not going to pay €3 for a generic copy. So I got it for 2. Then I got this Majorette Renault Clio. I paid €2 for this one. Nice small hatchback. The lensed headlights, metal base. It's made in Thailand, not made in France. Got the hatch that opens up. There's an umbrella and boot or trunk, interestingly. Yeah, it's a nice one. And, you know, I didn't really find much else I was interested in. And then he said, what about this Matra? I usually do not pay attention to race cars, and I don't buy a lot of them. But a Matra Simca 670, yeah, I'm going to buy that. Made in France, got it for €3. It's in great nick. It's got some paint loss, but it was dusty, so I had to clean it up. It's got the opening engine cover. Engine is plastic, painted silver. Together with the interior, it's one piece. It's a one-seater, of course. I like these 4 exhaust pipes. I think that's a nice detail too. And a rollover protection bar is part of the same piece as the exhaust. And it's got suspension, a little bit at least. So yeah, I thought that was a great find too. Then the next 2 Matchbox ones came from the same vendor. So I first picked up this one, the Volvo container truck. This is from 1997, Matchbox Auto product. So it's got the container on there that you can take off, and the doors that open. When I got home, I discovered I already have this because I got it from my buddy David Johns of Twice Diecast and Diecast Media Network. Got the amber windows. But yeah, I tend to forget the stuff that I've gotten as a gift. But luckily I write it down. And this one was also €2. So I thought, why not grab it? It's taped up. Came from a big W originally, apparently. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut this again. I'd like to peel it off and just leave it off this sticker. Yeah, I think that'll work. There you go. So this is a 1996 release of this Matchbox refuse truck. Metal base, metal chassis too, and cab. Just the container part is plastic. It's got the opening backside and then the thing that slides out to push the garbage out. Got a lot of play value. This casting is based off a Heil Collectomatic rear loader. Kind of generic, but you know, €2 in its window box. Why not? Staying with Matchbox, I found this Matchbox Collectors number 18 of 20, 2021 release Nissan GTR Nismo. Seller was asking 6. I offered him 5 and he said 5.5, but you know me, I'm just strict on my prices. I looked at it and I saw there's a crack in the blister on top of the rear window. So I said, no, I'm not going to pay that, it's broken. And then it took a few seconds for the seller to realize what I said, and then he picked it up, broken, he said, and then he watched it, and he said, oh yeah, there's a crack there, okay, €5. So, yeah, I got it for the price I wanted to pay for it, otherwise I would have left it. Got the box. So, gray plastic base, R35, got the rubber tires, of course, nice rims, and a flat white or matte white. Lens headlights, GTR logo in the grille. Opening doors. Nice interior. Nicely detailed in the rear. Even got some Japanese on the license plate. Although it does not look like a Japanese license plate. Those are more like square than rectangular, but yeah, nicely detailed. A separate plastic spoiler, and we got an actual steering column with a disc for a steering wheel, which is better than I've seen on some of these opening door models. Usually it's a Tombstone or Urinal, something like that. So this is, I can stomach this. So yeah, all in all, this is a really nice surprise. And then the last one here that I bought just at the end of the event. Now I have seen this previously. I didn't want to buy it then. I regretted later on not buying it. So I saw it again at a table, but the seller was busy talking with somebody else. So I didn't want to waste time waiting there. So I kind of looked around where the table was located, because if you have, more than 1 kilometer of tables, you gotta remember exactly where a table is, otherwise you won't find it again. So it was near a fire hose, and then this hallway, and then this just across the entrance door. So kind of remembered where it was, and then all the way at the end of the event, I went back to the table. They were packing stuff up. This was already in a tray to be moved to their car. So I pointed at it. I said, "What's your best price?" It says €12 on it. He said 10. I said 7.5, and he said 8. So I got it for €8. That's a good deal, I think, for a almost mint Mercedes 208 school bus van. So it's a school bus in German on there. It's a German-made, West Germany even. So pre-1989. It's got a yellow interior, interestingly. It's got metal opening doors. There's a little blemish here. It had a very dirty roof, but I was able to clean that off. So all in all, yeah, this is a great deal, great find, and great addition to the school bus collection. And then I met up with a few friends, and they had some stuff for me. So, Diecast dude, his son found these little stickers, and the Diecast dude gifted them to me. These are Volvo advertisements. That's very cool. Invest in durable goods. So get the 240 sedan and wagon there. And then this one, the Volvo 242 GT. If it had wings, it would fly. I got the jet above it. Very cool. He brought me an error that he found in store. 2019 Mazda 3, sorry. Not MX-3. It's got the left front wheel jacked up in there. Look at that. At work, I work at a body shop. We often have vehicles that arrive like this, with the wheel just jacked up in there, hitting a curb or a speed bump or something like that. So yeah, that's a really interesting error. And he also got me this one from 2025 Mix 5 or the E-Case new model, the 1970 Citroën 2 Chevaux. 115 of 125. How awesome is that? This is going to be a very sought after model in Europe. It's going to be very hard to find. So I'm really glad he got it for me. Got the Steelies with the little chrome ring on there. It's got the chrome base, chrome bumpers. I think that's a little bit overkill on a 2 Chevaux. But anyway, very nicely detailed in the front. Got the Double Chevron logo. Would have been nice to get a black painted soft top, but hey, it's okay. It's very nice done, and we get the chrome base and bumper, so I can't complain. Got the 2CV6602 on the license plate. 2CV is of course the model name. 6 is some kind of how do you explain that? The version, I guess, and 602 is the CC, so the engine size, 0.6 liter. And it's got all the logos on there. 2CV6 on the left, Citroën on the right. The handle for the little boot lid, trunk lid, and then the tail lights in 3 colors. Very nice. And even got that little chrome line there for the hinge. Sweet. So happy that they did this. And he also got me this beauty, BBR Maserati MC20. So this is way out of my price range, so very nice of him to get me this. Licensing from Maserati, 1/64 scale. Nero Enigma is the color, so Enigma black. Some warnings there. We're going to look at this together when I do those premium cars. It deserves a little bit more of a detailed look. And then I met up with my buddy JK. He went to Japan and brought me some stuff. From the Tomica shop, he got me the exclusive 24 year on there. It's a Subaru Levorg. Plastic base. Suspension. Nice heavy model. Lots of metal on it. Got a separate piece for the light bars. Doctor car from Tomica Town. Got the engine cover. It opens up. I'll have to use my thingy from the Swiss Army knife to help me open this up. Not much to see there. Just an intercooler, and that's it. But lots of metal underneath there. Nicely detailed. It's got an interior, but the windows are very dark. Right-hand drive, of course. Sweet. I love my wagon, so it's an exclusive and a wagon, so that's a total win for me. He also got me a Essen Motor Show 2024 exclusive from Majorette. Let's cut this open. It's flipped over to the Toyota GR Supra. Suspension, lens headlights, two-tone. So the green is flat or matte, and then the pink has the gloss on it. Nicely detailed in the rear. Opening doors, nice interior. Cool stuff. From a second-hand shop, he got this Kabaya release. Racing Edition 4, McLaren Senna from the racing cars. Always comes with a piece of chewing gum. That's how I bought it in this plastic baggie. They sure like their plastic in Japan. This is very elaborate packaging. All kinds of stickers on there too. Thank you and paid, thank you, and then another barcode, and there's more barcode here, and there's more barcode here. Wow, geez. But I'm very glad to have an example of a kabaya packaging. So these are exclusive to Japan, and here are some other models in the set. I have all of them except for the Land Rover Defender. That's a hard one to come by. I have the model here. So if you want to, probably have seen this already. This is a loose version of it. It's got these scissor doors, which are actually in real life butterfly doors, but too hard to do on a small model like this. It's got lens headlights, but hard to see in there. So basically the same as the regular racing cars release, but you get some chewing gum on top of that. But what I found strange for this Japan exclusive is that it's got 3 other languages on here. Partie mobile, action moving parts, and beweegbare onderdelen. So it's got French, English, and Dutch on there. What the heck? Why is there Dutch on there? It's got Japanese on this side. That is so odd. If someone can explain me that, I would really love to know why there's those languages on there, and in particularly Dutch. So yeah, great find, a great gift for the collection. And he also got me this Boulevard Hot Wheels Premium number 111, 1973 Volvo 142 GL. These are the other vehicles in the set. Apart from the Ford, I like all of them. And it's got this Japanese sticker on there, because, you know, came from Japan. Metal on metal, of course. Rubber, real riders, full deco. Sweet. Race brick on the license plate, the S for Sweden. Nice. Thanks for watching.